Throughout centuries of time since Jesus died, Christian pilgrims have traveled to the Holy Land of Jerusalem. Out of love, they visited, as many did, the stopping place made sacred by Jesus' suffering. Along the sacred way, people erected stone carvings, perhaps like the stations that are in churches today. These stone carvings reminded pilgrims of the special moments of Jesus' passion. Most of us can't go to Jerusalem, but we can relive Jesus' way of the cross by watching and listening to the ICS students' production of the Living Stations.
When Jesus arrived in Jerusalem with his disciples, many people greeted Jesus by way of palm branches. They were shouting, "Hosanna for the Son of David! God bless the one who comes in the name of the Lord! Hooray for God and heaven above!"
The Last Supper. While they were eating the Passover meal, Jesus took a piece of bread, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it to his disciples and said,
"Take this, all of you, and eat it, for this is my body."
Then Jesus took a cup, gave thanks to God, and said,
"Take this, all of you, and drink it, for this is my blood, the blood of the new and everlasting covenant."
Eat this bread.
Garden of Gethsemane with a few disciples to pray. Jesus knew what was going to happen to him. The apostles were tired, and they fell asleep. Jesus continued to pray and said,
My Father, if it is possible, take this cup of suffering from me. Yet not what I want, but your will be done.
While Jesus was in the garden, Judas arrived. He went straight to Jesus and said,
Peace be with you, teacher.
Then Judas betrayed Jesus. Jesus was taken by the soldiers who came with Judas.
The first station, Jesus is condemned. Jesus was brought to the governor's palace. Many Jewish leaders wanted Jesus out of the way.
Crucify him!
They insisted. Jesus is brought before Pontius Pilate to be judged. Pilate knows he is innocent, but condemned Jesus to death to please the crowd. And Pilate washed his hands. And after that, Pilate stated,
I am innocent of this man's death.
The second station, Jesus takes the cross. The Roman soldiers bring forward a large wooden cross for Jesus to carry. The cross is very heavy. Jesus is very tired because of the beatings that were given to him throughout the night. He accepts the cross willingly and begins his journey to Calvary. Oh, The third station. Jesus falls for the first time. The cross is very heavy, and Jesus is very weak. Jesus falls. The soldiers force Jesus to pick up the cross and continue.
Get up! Get on your feet! Get up!
The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. On the road to Calvary, Jesus looks ahead to see his mother. With her are two of his friends, the Apostle John and Mary Magdalene. Mary is devastated to see her son go through this torture. She reaches out to touch Jesus. He is thankful that she is there. Mary doesn't say anything to Jesus, but the look in her eyes tells him that she loves him and is very proud of him.
Fifth station. Simon helps Jesus carry the cross.
You! Get over here!
The soldiers notice that Jesus is very weak, so they pull a man out from the crowd and force him to help Jesus carry the cross. The man is Simon of Cyrene. He did not want to help Jesus at first, but he sees the pain and agony that Jesus is in and helps him carry the cross.
Jesus,
The sixth station. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. A woman named Veronica is in the crowd. She is watching Jesus struggle with the cross. She cannot be much help, but she takes off her veil and wipes Jesus' face with it. To thank her, Jesus leaves an imprint of his face on her veil.
The seventh station. Jesus falls the second time. The walk to Calvary is half over, but Jesus falls again beneath the cross. The cruel soldiers force Jesus back to his feet and make him continue the journey.
Get up! Get on your feet! Get up!
The eighth station. Jesus meets the weeping women. Jesus meets some women with their children on his way to Calvary. They are crying because they are sorry to see what Jesus is going through. They say to him, "We are sorry this is happening to you." Jesus replies,
Do not cry for me, but cry for yourselves and for your children.
The ninth station. Jesus falls for the third time. Jesus has no more strength left. He has lost much blood. The sun is hot and burns the skin. Jesus is carried a heavy cross up the hill. He falls again under the cross, but the soldiers still force him to go on.
Get up! Get on your feet! Get up!
Jesus
The 10th station. Jesus is stripped of his clothes. Jesus reaches the place where the Roman soldiers prepare the cross on which he will be crucified. Other soldiers pull off his clothes in front of the crowd. Jesus is embarrassed and humiliated. He is the Holy Lord, but he is being treated like a common criminal.
The 11th station. Jesus was nailed to the cross. Jesus was placed on the cross, and the cruel soldiers used sharp nails to make sure he stayed there. They put the nails in his hands and in his feet. This caused Jesus great pain. Even in pain, Jesus continues to give up himself as he lives to his beloved apostle John and his holy mother, where he says,
Son, behold your mother, and mother, behold your son.
Jesus suffers there for 3 hours. Finally, he cries,
Father, into your hands I commend my spirit.
Jesus bows his head and dies. A soldier pierces Jesus' side with a sword, and finally, Jesus' suffering is over.
Father,
Jesus had died, and his body had been removed from the cross. Jesus' body has been placed in the arms of his mother. Mary held Jesus in her arms like when he was a baby, and now his body has no life in it. It is a sad day for Mary and all of Jesus' friends.
The 14th station. Jesus' body is placed in the tomb. At last, the body of Jesus is placed in the tomb. This tomb belonged to Jesus' friend, Joseph of Arimathea. Jesus' friends placed his body in the tomb and blocked the entrance with a big stone. Then, sadly, they leave the tomb.
The 15th station. Jesus' resurrection. On the third day, after Jesus' death, Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb. She sees that the tomb is open and that the body of Jesus was taken away. Mary thinks someone stole Jesus' body. Then, Jesus appeared to Mary, but she did not recognize him. She thought he was the gardener.
Did you take away the body of Jesus?
She asked him. Jesus called her name.
Mary.
Mary recognizes Jesus and calls him.
Teacher.
Jesus says to her,
Do not cling to me, but tell my friends the good news I am risen.
This is what Mary Magdalene did, and that's what we must do too. We must tell our friends, our family, and our world that Christ has died, Christ is risen, and Christ will come again.
Say to the Lord, my Beautiful. Thank you, students. Thank you, teachers. Thank you to all who were involved in this wonderful presentation of the Stations of the Cross. It certainly is a great reminder to us that Jesus loves us even to the cross. This is a story of infinite love, and it is for you and for me. The Lord loved us even to giving his life on the cross. I had the privilege of being in Jerusalem one time with a group of pilgrims, and one of the things we did, of course, was to walk the way of the cross. And I recall that day, it's been 20-something years ago, 25 years ago, but I recall what struck me most of all about our pilgrimage was the fact that life in Jerusalem was going on. We were there to pray, but of course when we gathered together, we were inundated with all kinds of vendors trying to sell us food and drinks and medals and rosary beads and everything else. As we walked the way of the cross, people went about their business. The shoemakers, the stores, the butcher stores, all went about their business. The streets were very narrow, of course, and above our heads. People were talking across the street, some women on one side and on the other. So life went on just as it did, I'm sure, when Jesus was crucified. Life goes on. We need to recall that each day, in fact, the Lord gives himself for us. Each day, even in the midst of what seems to be very ordinary living, perhaps sometimes difficult, perhaps sometimes painful events happening in our lives, God is present. He is there. He walks with us. He is alive. He has died. He has been risen from the dead. So we need to commit ourselves, as it were, to the Lord each day. So thank you, students. Thank you for giving us this moment to reflect this evening. Clearly, you put a lot of hard work and a lot of effort into planning this and practicing. I'm told actually that in one of the practices recently, Jesus actually shed blood. He had an accident, apparently, when that cross fell and got some little wound. That's exactly what the Lord did for us. He gave his very life, his very blood for us. So thank you for giving yourselves to us this evening, students, for teaching us this great lesson. Let us continue to serve and love the Lord. Let us continue, especially in these holy days, to reflect on that love that he has for us. I look forward to seeing you at our celebrations of the resurrection.